Okay, welcome everybody to Friday Night Live. It is the last Friday Night Live we are going to have before the convention. It is literally next week.
Ah,
I can't believe it.
Yes, believe it.
We've been waiting for this all year.
Yes, all year, and all of our dreams are going to come true next week as all of us see each other face to face. And it's going to be nothing but a big old hug fest and game fest and fun fest. We are looking forward to it. With me this evening, always, I'm Phil, Director of Operations for the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo, and joining me is Jen Cash, the Blind Bard, and Ed Stark, our special guest coordinator. I'm pretty sure how Ed's week has gone because I've been consistently in contact with him for it seems hours on end last week. But Jen, how's your week been going?
My week has been good. It's been really busy. We're busy at work, and I've been busy preparing for the seminar that I'm doing and also the interview booth. And
yes, lots of chatter with the interview booth.
Yeah, so it should be a great time. I cannot wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited to interview everyone and just make connections and game, and it's just going to be a great time.
It certainly is. And I know, like from our standpoints, we're the folks that put the show on, and there's a lot of second guessing sometimes as to whether you did this right or that right or what have you. But when the curtain goes up, the audience will likely be happy with the show.
Yeah, I mean, it shows in everything you do.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw it last year, and this year is going to be even better.
You're damn right it will. That's right. But we have two guests joining us this evening. Two guests. We have, two dose. We have Dean Norman, that is joining us from one of the gaming groups that he's involved with, or the main gaming group that he's involved with. And we've got Ed Laser from RPG Market joining us. So let us bring on Dean. I think Dean just dropped. I think something happened, so he'll join the stream in just a second. We're going to bring on Ed. Let's bring on Ed. All right.
Hi, everybody.
There's Ed. How are you?
Doing great. It's exciting to be on the show tonight.
Yeah. You get to be on the not the penultimate, but the ultimate Friday Night Live right before the show.
Yeah.
So
that is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us this evening. We're happy to have you. We are very interested in first hearing a little bit about RPG Market. And so why don't you give us a little background on that? And Dean is joining us.
Sure. Yeah.
Dean, I'm just going to throw you in. I'm just going to throw you in here. I'm not going to throw you back there. Ed's going to tell us a little bit about RPG Market, and then we're going to shift over to you because I saw you drop, but here you are. So hi, Dean. Back to Ed. Tell us about RPG Market.
I don't really know RPG Market. That's funny. RPG Market is an online community for buying and selling games. We primarily use Facebook. It's a Facebook group where people can post what they have to offer, and people can either list their items as a direct sale or as an auction, and everybody in the community has fun working together, buying and selling the games. So it's a lot of fun, actually. And then one of the things about RPG Market is I do sales also, and I use the money from the sales to support either the group, websites, other groups that I run as well relating to buying and selling, whether it's novels, board games, and I also use the money to hire artists and pay them for art and stuff as well. Yeah, so it looks like you bought some stuff through the market too, right?
Actually, Ron got it for me. I had somehow lost my original DM screen, and he got this for me off of RPG Market.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, honestly. It's great to be able to catch up with everybody.
That's awesome. Yeah. I remember last year I met an exhibitor at Page who raved about RPG Market.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an awesome community of people who like to help each other out. A lot of collectors, a lot of fanatics. I'll even call them addicts sometimes because we're all rabid when it comes to this stuff. And you'll see a lot of amazing stuff come through the market as well. And there are some limitations with Facebook. I'm sure you're familiar with how Facebook groups can get a lot of posts. It's hard to keep track of the posts.
Yep.
Uh, so I've been creating a new website that actually integrates with Facebook. And so you can go to the website and see everything everybody has listed for sale through the Facebook groups.
Oh,
It's kind
that's
of a,
cool.
yeah, it's kind of an index that catalogs everything and presents it. And so I'm actually releasing a new version of it over the next couple of weeks. So really excited about it. And it makes it easier for people to keep track of what they're buying, their favorite sellers, searching for things that they're looking for. And I'm also adding a product library. So if you're a collector, there's a wealth of information, makes it easy to see what's in your collection or what you're missing. Because if it shows up, you want to know about it.
Right.
A lot of the time, people selling through Facebook will discount stuff. They'll sell
Hmm.
it at lower than you'll find it on eBay or other places. And so it's a great way to find rare stuff at great prices.
Yeah, like one of the things we're looking for is Fantasy Flight Star Wars stuff with the ones with all the funny dice.
Yeah. Yeah. Those were really awesome, actually. I've seen quite a few of them go through. For a while, I was buying and selling collections, and I ended up buying a big collection of that, actually. My focus right
Okay.
now is primarily supporting the community and providing people with tools so that they can buy and sell their stuff.
Yep.
But I'd show you my office here, but it's you can see one wall is full of books and the other wall is also. And I bought all this stuff in the last 2 years through the group, so it's exciting. It's
Wow.
Does the
it can
group
be
have
very
anything to
addictive.
do with the auction we're having at Page?
Yeah.
Are you guys? Yeah. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Well, I know we've been sponsoring the convention and starting to help promote the auction at the convention itself. And there's going to be some things that Ron is doing online. So that's exciting to see. My goal is just to help support the auction and promote it as much as possible. And then really just go from there, honestly.
One of the things I saw Ron post recently was an old TSR bookshelf at TSR over it. And it's funny
Yeah.
because back when I was working at TSR, a number of us had those either in our offices or right outside our offices and things like that. So
Yeah,
it was good to see that again.
it is exciting to see. There's a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia, and it's pretty exciting to see those. It's amazing to see how much they go for now, but it's part of the fun as well.
Yeah. Who would have ever thought, well, walking into, Walden Books or what have you as a kid and seeing those and, thinking that at some point people would be paying thousands of dollars, not for the material on the shelves itself, but for the shelf itself.
Yeah, yeah, isn't that amazing?
No.
Yeah, but a lot of the displays are worth so much now, even posters.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's a piece of history.
It is. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity,
I think
you
at
probably
its
seen
heart,
one
all
of
of
these.
us really connect with this stuff. Oh, wow, that's
You ever
pretty
seen one
nice.
of these?
Yeah, not in person though. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
They gave it to us, what was it, back in 95, I think? So it was an anniversary. Yes, this is a that
Tiffany?
famous crystal maker, Tiffany. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany Crystal.
I always wondered what this sort of thing would go for, but it sits on my shelf. I'll see that.
Yeah, they go for thousands of dollars now. So
Well, there you
it's
go.
amazing to see.
Crazy.
It's even more valuable if it's complete with the original box and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
And
I haven't had that for years. I did have it at one point. I used to trap.
Yeah.
I say I don't have it. It might be sitting around somewhere. I tend to hoard those sorts of things.
yeah, you never know. So that makes me curious, Ed. Out of your collection, what would you consider to be your most favorite?
Oh boy. Well, it's a little hard to say. I've been cutting. I mean, you can't tell from looking around my office, but I've been cutting back on a lot of my stuff in the last few years. But I do still have some of my old original D&D things, original miniatures that I painted back in the old, Ralph Partha, the Grenadier days.
Nice.
This is the first book I actually owned. You can see it's held together with tape.
Well loved.
I inscribed my initials.
Oh, that's awesome.
Both there and in Dwarven runes.
Yeah.
But, I've got a bunch of different stuff. I don't know. It's hard for me nowadays to put sort of a favorite thing on an object. I remember a lot of the people I grew up with and played games with, and that's more along my lines.
Yeah.
So, I don't know of anything that really jumps out at me that way. But I'll give it some thought. Maybe I'll have a different answer for you at the show.
That's okay. You've hit on something really important there. One of the things about RPG is it always brings people together. It's about those connections, the time we spend together, the collaboration, camaraderie, and the memories that we have along the way. And the books, the games, they kind of inspire a lot of those memories from when we were young and we played the games. And I think a lot of the time, things that can be valuable are simply because they're rare, of course, but the things that are more valuable on a personal level are things we have sentimental value, memories associated with. It's like your books.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Back in the day, I remember I lived in a small town that didn't really have any sort of game store or place we could get that stuff. So we'd always drive up to Binghamton, New York and go to a couple of stores up there. It's about a half-hour drive. And what would often happen is we'd stop at one of the game stores, we'd see a new adventure, and somebody would buy it and then give it to me, and I would have the drive home to read it so that I could run it for everybody when we got home.
That's awesome.
I
really
still
like
got
that.
all of those adventures. I never got rid of any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They mean a lot, right? How about you, Phil? Do you have any favorites?
I still have all of my original stuff. I wouldn't say I'm a collector, like in the vein of perhaps yourself or Ron. But I still have all my original books. I mean, I don't have like a white box story or even a red box story. I started with AD&D in 1985. And so but I still have all my original books.
That's nice.
And they're in relatively good shape. They were packed away for a long time before I got like really back into RPGs and felt like I wanted to display them in my house and stuff like that. They just were kind of packed away in bins, but I get them out, and what I do find are old character sheets.
Oh, those are cool.
Like from high school and even like before high school. I'll tell you what, like I don't even think I've ever told this story to like other gaming folks. Like when I started playing D&D, we didn't use like printed character sheets because nobody we knew actually had any. Yeah. And so when I started playing D&D, like the guys I played with, like they had created their own character sheets, like on just like a piece of notebook paper. And that's how I thought you created characters. I didn't know that there was actually like character sheets. Like I thought you like, wrote down stuff on a piece of notebook paper. So my original character sheets are homemade character sheets because I was unaware that they actually published official character sheets. And I played like that for years.
That's awesome.
Our default was using notebooks, but we got a hold of character sheets, and I still have some of the originals with my original characters on them. But then I found out that my dad was willing to photocopy things for me at work. So we got him to photocopy all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. We have a whole drawer just full of character sheets of characters that we've lost, characters that we, games we don't play anymore, and games that we're probably going to play in the future. So,
yeah. Well, that's
So
great.
those old
Yeah,
character sheets can be a wealth of creativity for all of your new games, good memories,
Yeah.
things like that.
that's right.
I know when sometimes when I come across collections that I'm buying, they'll have a lot of stuff, whether it's character sheets or maps or homemade adventures, and I really love that stuff. I think that's really what the game's about in terms of expanding it, creating your own worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember doing that when I was a kid also, and it's a lot of fun. Of course, now that I'm older, I honestly haven't had a lot of time to play with the games or uh, create my own characters and whatnot. But I'm really looking forward to it, and that's actually probably a nice segue because uh, this last year when I was at Page, it was actually the first time I'd been able to enjoy playing a role playing game for quite a few years. Uh, Probably clear back to 2006 when I actually had my own local retail game store. I had played some games in that, but I took a hiatus, and I was really happy to be able to get back and play with guys and get back into playing the role playing games again. And of course, I'm actually not going to be able to make it next week. I've had so much stuff going on with work that I'm not going to make it to the convention, but I miss it because I was really looking forward to playing some more games and seeing a lot of friends there and meeting people like Frank Menser and playing some of his games as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it means a lot.
Yeah, 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 and yeah. Speaking of games at Page, our good friend Matt Archibald is in chat, and he's reminding folks to sign up to play On Guard that he hosts. I know there's. I haven't actually, Matt, if you're still listening, I haven't looked to see if you sold any more tickets. I know there was one player that was interested. I would highly recommend anybody in the audience to sign up for that. It's an extremely unique experience. If you're not familiar with the game, it's a very old role playing game where you play French aristocrats. But anyway, I did want to move on. Dean has rejoined us. Dean Norman. Seems like you're having slight difficulties with the technology this evening, but that's okay. You're here now.
Yes, I am.
We wanted to say hello and bring you into the conversation here. So Dean, thanks for joining us. And if you could give us a little information about who you're involved with, and you are coming to Page, and you're going to be running games with your group. So tell us
That's
about
true. I belong to a gaming GM group called Matinee Adventures. They have been around for probably 16 plus years. I've been gaming with them for probably 15, 14. They started out as three guys who wanted to have consistent, quality, entertaining games for people at conventions. And it started with Origins and has slowly built from there. We are involved with at least half a dozen other conventions, which we go to on a regular basis. Origins, Yukon, MeepaCon up in Allentown, Bethel area, Buckeye Game Fest, and this year we went to AcadeCon out in Dayton, Ohio. We currently have 20 GMs, of which 25% are women, and everyone does their own thing, their own system, whatever they want to run, whatever adventure scenario they want to create. It's all up to them. We don't have any really say in it. If they ask questions, we might offer some encouragement. But yes, as far as Page goes, we have 20 events on the schedule. And those 20 events, I think there's 16 different game systems or settings. And the one thing we do is I'm pretty sure about 95% of our events are self-created. We create, develop, and write our own and take it from there. So.
Yep. And I'm looking at the games that are going to be put on by your group, just to give people a sense of the diversity that you will find there. And I see some games are sold out, and other games have just 1 or 2 tickets left. Everything from Aliens, GI Joe, the One Ring Second Edition, the Electric State, Justice League, Star Wars. Let's see, all sorts of just crazy good things. Mapamundi, which is a very unique game. So yeah, and let me see if I can't bring it up. I'm going to bring up the floor plan of Hall A, which is the main gaming area for the con. And I don't know if you folks can see my cursor on the screen. I'm unsure if you can, but if you can't, if you look at the lower left-hand portion, you can see which says Matinee Adventures. That will be the room where you're going to be able to interact with the GMs from Matinee Adventures, where they're hosting some of those games. And if you are looking, shout out for Mapamundi in the chat. Yeah, that's where you're gonna be running into those folks there. So I wonder. So Dean, is Ginny Lockwood 20 is in chat giving a GI Joe and Mapamundi. Is that one of your GMs?
Who is it?
Ginny Lockwood.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, she's just excited.
All right.
So that's great. So we're happy to have you. And those games, like I was just reading off, lots of diverse, interesting games on that list. You weren't kidding when you said that your GMs run with whatever they feel like they want to, and there's a lot of really interesting offerings there.
Yes, and this is just about a third of our GMs.
Mm-hmm.
When you throw 20 of them in, that's a lot of offerings.
Right.
Lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, I mean, we are an RPG heavy convention, and the diversity of what you'll find on offer right now is of a caliber and a quality. I go to a lot of conventions around the country, and this is easily, I would, of course I'm involved with Paige, but I would say easily in the top 5, top 10 of amount of diverse RPG systems you're going to find. Everything from, OD&D 5e to everything in between. It is a feast for the avid gamer. And lots of things still available. I will tell that I'll just do a little pitch here. I see the ticket sales. I see the badge sales. A lot of people are coming in this last week, and they're grabbing badges and they're grabbing tickets, and things are getting scooped up. So if there's anybody in the chat, we've got at least 22 people right now watching across disparate platforms. You got to get in there. If you were sitting on the fence on a game, that ticket's going to be gone. Most likely in the next few days. There's still some real good meat on the bone, but you need to get in there and get your tickets. So shout out for Riverbank in the chat from Michael in chat. There are still tickets for Kids Johnson's Riverbank game.
Oh my God. If you have not gotten a chance to look at that yet, you should totally play it. It is an RPG. I think regular RPGers are going to like it, but also people who don't have a lot of experience with RPGs. Boy, is it beautiful game. And Kids Johnson, wonderful author. I got to work with her back when I was at Wizards, and she went off and did mostly writing, like novels, fiction, stuff like that. But I'm so happy that she's going to be there running that game.
Yes. Yep. It just came out, right? By the way, it just was published by Kobold Press just a few short months ago. So it's a pretty new system. So all right. Do we have any questions in the chat here? Let's see. Matt Archibald is bragging about the fact that his Birthright game is sold out. Agile Monk is in chat. Hi, Agile Monk. Oh, by the way, I don't think I mentioned it. You see that Ron's not with us this evening. If you didn't hear, he's feeling very very ill. He caught some kind of something, and he's pretty under the weather, and he's trying to get some rest. We need Ron rested up for next week, so he's taking the night off, and that's why he's not here. I might have should have said that at the top of the show, but yeah, he's still around. He's just resting.
Hey, I got a shameless plug for another event. So
Sure.
I know, as Phil knows and Jen knows, but many people might not. I wrote up what I call a mini campaign. It's kind of based on the old competition modules, but it's not a competition. Well, sort of is, I guess. But there are 3 preliminary events and then a final event I'm going to run on Sunday. And we're running about, 12 different sessions of this. Every session is sold out except one, Friday at 10 a.m., where there are 5 of 6 tickets left. I do not understand. Friday 10 a.m. seems like a prime spot. So
right,
people can sign up for that.
Yeah. Yes, folks. And that event is being sponsored by WizKids Terrain and minis from them. And I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, are familiar with their products. So yeah, there's still some.
My huge dining room table is absolutely covered with stuff right now. I've got to get it all up to Philadelphia.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So, hop in there. We're getting some questions in the chat here. At C Paladin says, Dean, what games are you running?
I am running 2 Alien games.
2 Alien games. The Aliens RPG from
yes,
Freelink.
sir. Yep.
Nice.
That was so fun. When I tried it, it was awesome.
Yes, it's guaranteed to be entertaining, violent, and
scary.
Well, I think people come to those type of games because they want to have that. They want to either be scared or survive or have a death that they can go, oh, this guy killed me. And, I died to this alien 3 different ways or whatever it is. They want to have that story to go back and tell their friends. Mm-hmm. What did you do at this convention? Oh, yeah, this guy had an alien, rip my head off or something. People want to have that great death experience, a story they can go back and tell their friends. And Alien is a great game to give them that.
Indeed, yes. And the new Reforged edition just came out not that long ago. I did kickstart that. That's sitting in the middle of my game table in my basement in the shrink wrap. Along with a lot of other things that I haven't opened up. Matt Archibald with his biting wit here, coronavirus. Yes, coronavirus. Yes, LOL. Yes, very funny. I see Ron's wife Jen is in the chat. Absolute Haven. He's still alive, she says. He's still alive. He's breathing. That's good. That's good.
We'll make sure he's not infectious when he comes to the show.
Yes. We don't want to be spreading germs. Steve Balbo's in chat. Hey, Steve, how's it going? He's also asking what you're running, Dean, but we just answered that. Sounds like Aliens is on the docket. So yes, fantastic. And let's see, looking in the chat here, Jen saying that Pickles, the pooch that we always kind of Matt Archibald's dog, we always kind of have a little fun with, is an NPC now in a Badge Quest game. And I know it's I got a chance, Ed, you got a chance to play Badge Quest.
Yep.
At Ron's house. I think it was in the summer, sometime in the summertime. I think we were down there.
Yep. You get to play Girl Scouts selling cookies.
Yes. If you've never heard of Badge Quest, it is put out by DM David, I believe, and it's a fantastic little game. I would highly recommend it. Okay, someone's asking in the chat, Dean, please ask Dean how he handles Rangers in his game. They're always the worst class in every system.
Um, okay. Worst class. No, someone has.
So let me guess, you like Rangers, Dean? Is that what he's trying to get at?
I have a character who's a ranger.
Gotcha.
He has been around for about 30 plus years.
All right. Well,
And, he has, let's just say, he has a reputation and an attitude towards people who are not very disciplined and don't know how to take direction very well.
gotcha. Well, anybody who plays a ranger for 30 years is probably feeling okay with the class.
I have no problem with them.
Yeah, I would say so. So Ed, it was interesting, earlier you said that you hadn't played any games for a number of years, but then last year at Page you had the opportunity to do so. Yeah, I found that very interesting. Someone who deals with games all the time never gets a chance to play them.
Yeah, it's kind of a surprise.
Like what game did you play last year?
It was Castles and Crusades.
Okay.
They were running a couple games at tables, and I was able to join in those.
Did Mr. Chuck Cumbo run your game?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, there was another person I played with also, and I hate to admit it, I can't remember their name, but it was actually a good DM too. One of the things about games at conventions like that is it's less about the rules and more about the adventure and just having a good time together. But he was very good at helping me to pick up the rules while still having fun playing the adventure. A really nice combination actually. And I enjoyed that especially because it started giving me a better feel for Castles and Crusades and what it's like to play the game and kind of contrast that with Dungeons and Dragons or some of the other ones that are out there.
Yeah,
that's pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah, indeed. I'm gonna, maybe this is gonna sound like a slightly odd question. When you sat down at that table, knowing that you hadn't played an RPG in years, what did that feel like?
Exciting. Honestly, I'll be honest. I'm not shy when it comes to sitting down and having fun, meeting people, and joining the game because I don't worry about it. I know that everybody's very welcoming, and so I think that helps me to feel comfortable exploring and participating, and I think that's one of the great things about conventions in a general sense is that you can find other gamers with similar interests and have fun with some flexibility, knowing, we'll all figure it out as we go. And I think Ron, all of you have done a great job at cultivating that type of environment as well. So again, I'm kind of bummed that I'm not going to be able to make it this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, the reason I ask is I'm very curious when people return back to things that they were familiar with as younger people, whether it's something like this or like, you were into sport or fishing or cooking or whatever hobby, and then you go back to it, with some trepidation perhaps. And then in a few short minutes, you're like, well, I've done this 1,000 times. I know exactly what this feels like. It's like I never left. I just like flexing those old muscles again, kind of a thing. I always find that very interesting.
The thing about a good DM is that they can accommodate your skill level, your knowledge, your experience with the game. And so they can help facilitate. 'Cause that's really what a DM is they help facilitate what's going on.
Sure.
And I think Chuck, for example, Chuck Cumbo is really good at that. And he's an amazing storyteller. And so as he's telling the story, he weaves you and your character into it, and you get excited about it, and you start having fun. I think that if you embrace that, if you embrace the love for RPG or creativity, I don't think you have to worry. I recognize that some people may feel anxious or a little bit of trepidation, but it's going down memory lane, and it's like riding a bike, and once you start getting down, you'll pick it up pretty easily.
Yes, indeed. let's go back to chat here a little bit, unless Ed and Jen have any questions.
I was just wondering, this is for both of you, what is your favorite RPG memory?
Me? My it's gonna sound funny, but my favorite RPG memory is when my grandma bought me my first RPG. We used to go to a bookstore that also had a coffee shop next door in Monterey, California. So it was kind of fun to go hang out with grandma and buy a book. Or in this case, I bought Tunnels and Trolls. That was my very first role-playing game.
Cool.
And so earlier when we were talking about what's your favorite, that's actually my favorite because of all the memories that I associate with the first time I experienced it, plus hanging out with my grandma. She was my favorite, and it was pretty awesome. And Tunnels and Trolls as a solo adventuring game is exciting for somebody who's just getting into it. Kind of, I don't know, expands your horizons, your imagination. A lot of the fighting fantasy books are similar in that regard, but they're also a nice segue to getting into more complicated Dungeons and Dragons and fully fleshing it out and having a lot of fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's my my most fond memory.
That's awesome.
Cool. I would say mine was I'm a big Firefly fan, and when the Serenity role-playing game came out, I got the chance to play, and it was instant. Yeah, I have to have this. I have to play this. I want to run games in this, and that was probably 25 years ago. So that one kind of stuck with me, and it's always one of my go-tos. I run games at conventions. I usually have a Serenity game along with whatever other ones I'm going to run. So, but this year I decided to mix up a little bit.
That's interesting. I never heard of the Serenity role-playing game. I know my husband would like it. He's a big Serenity fan too.
I believe one of the designers is going to be at Page.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Jamie Chambers, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll have to check out the booth then.
Yeah, I didn't know that Jamie did that. That's really cool.
I don't think he has a booth or anything, but he's going to be around. He's going to have an autograph session, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can't. If someone asked me that question, I don't. I'd have to think about it for a while. But speaking of Tunnels and Trolls, there's a new edition coming out.
Yeah.
Put out by not Renegade. I'm trying to remember now. It's a British company that is publishing it. Later this year, they're going to do a Kickstarter.
Rebellion?
No? Rebellion. I knew it was an R, but I knew it wasn't Renegade. But I did download the beta quick start to take a look at it.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm very interested. What is Matt Archibald is in chat. He's very spicy this evening. Tunnels and Trolls is the preferred RPG of the over 80 demographic.
One of the people did ask, is the One Ring RPG the only Lord of the Rings game running at Page? And I just took a quick look. I found Descent into Moria, which is using the Shadowdark rules, and then the Erebor Scout Express, which is using Arcane Circle. Those are the only two I found in a quick search, but felt the need to do that being a Tolkien fanboy. I ran a 7-year-long MERP campaign many years ago.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow. You know, if Ron was here, he'd get on you for that. Yeah. I played MERP. Was it MERPs? Was it MERP or MERPs?
MERP.
MERP. Yeah, MERP. Right. That was the second role-playing game I ever played. After D&D, my buddy got it, and we're like, "Oh, let's give this a shot." And It was there are parts of it I remember being pretty complicated.
But I never found it particularly complicated. It was probably the game I played second most, really, after D&D. We integrated Arms Law, Claw Law, the whole ICE series, and one of the things that was great is all their stuff had to be approved by the Tolkien estate. So the stuff just read well, and Iron Crown at the time was employing real cartographers and architects to do their maps. I mean, you look at those maps in those products, which I've got a ton of back here. They're amazing.
They're very well detailed.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Their modules and their maps are fantastic. Great source material.
Yeah.
My 7-year campaign, I could not get the people out of the area around Bree and Barrowdown. They kept going back. They're like, we can't leave Bree alone. It's like, I want you guys to go south. I've got all these other products. I want to run you through it. And they just keep coming back.
Yeah, just to be a little bit of a geek out here a little bit. I didn't know that they had based MERP on a stripped down version of Rollmaster.
Yeah.
And we started integrating all the Rollmaster rules over 7 years, you kind of run out of stuff, and that's just although they put out tons of stuff for MERP. But yeah, and one of the things that was funny is after that campaign finally finished, I started running a Rollmaster campaign in a world we were building. And one of the funny things was that became somewhere around the 8th or 9th system I ran Expedition of the Barrier Peaks in. And I integrated Space Master into the game. Wow. And suddenly it was barbarians in space, very Flash Gordon.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's funny. People talk about like the golden days of RPGs back in the 70s and 80s or what have you, and maybe even the 90s as well. But I gotta say, like, I feel like right now is when the role-playing game hobby is hitting its stride. There are fantastic games coming out. There are fantastic supplements coming out. Just amazing reinterpretations of rule sets, new twists on old ideas. I don't know. I feel like if you wanted to be alive at any moment in the last 50 years playing role-playing games, I think it would be right now. Maybe I'm just overly optimistic.
I agree with you. I think there's so many new things coming out. It's like overwhelming. You can't try everything all at once. And I've been in that situation where it's like, oh yeah, this game looks good, but this one looks good. And also this one looks good. Which one do I play first? I have no idea.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's one of the benefits of conventions. You can go and kind of sample everything that's available.
Yeah.
The one I want to sample right now the most is Shadow Dark. I haven't had time to play that one, but it looks so amazing. It looks like, it's very creative ideas, and Phil, like you were saying, they've taken maybe some old ideas and transformed them into something new and exciting.
Well, we're going to have a ridiculously huge Shadow Dark event at Page, just running continuously. And then, of course, there are regular Shadow Dark events all over the place. It's very popular there. Kelsey Dion, of course, will be there. Arcane Library has a booth.
I definitely want to do at least one session of Down the Dark Stairway.
Yeah.
Awesome. that I'm hoping that turns into sort of like one of Page's signature events year after year. Really hoping that we can pull that off with the least amount of hitches possible going into it. I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be fantastic. We last weekend we were at Ron's place and we were packing up a lot of the terrain and miniatures and things like that are going to be used for the event. And to add to your point, I've played some Shadow Dark. I've actually run a decent amount of Shadow Dark at cons. I've run a bunch of Shadow Dark at cons, and it's very good at cons. Very good. But yeah, it feels like you're playing old school D&D, but then you've got the advantage disadvantage mechanics and the torch mechanic and stuff like that. The maps are fantastic. It's a good system. But yeah. Let's see what we got in chat here. Chat's getting a little active now, which is good. Mr. Blofez asks a pickles update. Do I make Ron happy? Do I make Ron happy? There we go. Still banned.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I'm just here co-piloting this evening. My guess is that would have
getting such a bad rep. She can't even defend herself.
Yes, I know. Poor puppy, right? Yes. Matt Archibald, who is the owner of Pickles, says Pickles is still officially banned. So the owner of the dog is even saying it.
Oh. Well, there's always hope for next year.
Yeah. Agile Monk says Iron Crown Enterprises were amazing in the heyday. I believe there's still a company, if I remember correctly, because I was at Gen Con this past summer and I ran into them and had a chat at their booth. Because I was kind of like a double take, like, whoa, you guys are still around? And they're like, yeah, we're still around. Which I was like, okay,
Well, there's definitely an Iron Crown in the UK.
Yep.
Looking at it right
they
now.
were Brits at the booth. Yeah. It was like a coelacanth, like a living fossil. I thought they were gone, but they were still chugging along. So, they were still sitting there selling Rollmaster stuff.
Yeah, they were purchased in 2001 by a different company, and then it looks like they sort of petered out a little bit, but then they got picked up by Guild Companion Publications Limited.
That's who it is. Yeah.
I one of the nicest guys. His name was Keith. He welcomed me to the industry my first year at West End Games back in 1990. I ended up trading lots of stuff with him and his team so I could fill out my Iron Crown stuff and they could fill out their Star Wars stuff.
Interesting.
Keith Barrett, that was his name.
Fantastic. Yeah. Let's see. Even Jen's in the chat. Justice for Pickles. Yeah. Let's see here. Jenny was asking, what is Down the Dark Stairway? Down the Dark Stairway. Wes Allen's in chat and is given a little bit of an answer. So yeah, anyone that's new here, I'm assuming Jenny Lockwood's new. It is just real quick, 30 seconds. I know a lot of us have heard about it. It is we're calling it a mega event. It is an event that's running continuously, not 24 hours, of course, but continuously through con regular hours where you sign up for 1 hour slots. It's being played on a very large Dwarven Forge build out terrain different sets. And you're only going to be there for an hour. Now you can choose to linger on and stay for more, but you'll sign up for hours. You won't know who your GM is. You may get a celebrity GM. You may get Kelsey Dion herself to be your GM. You don't know until you walk up, and voila, or it will be someone else. And we've got I don't know like 5 or 6 special guests that are going to be coming in and out and cycling themselves through. And so I think there's going to be a lot of folks hovering around those tables for the event. So we're looking forward to it.
It reminds me, if anybody remembers the old Dungeon Delve we used to run at TSR, where it's just this continuous adventure and character turnover and lots of deaths, but lots of fun.
Yes. We're probably having some sort of like wall of fame for dead characters, something like that. But Michael in chat says, in auction news, an Action Comics sold for $15 million today. So, so Ed, do you have an Action Comics #1 on the shelf there behind you?
Probably not.
Yeah, I wish. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. My guess is, if we looked at it, it was probably in really good shape to sell for $15 million. because that's a lot of clams right there.
Yeah, that's
It
insane.
is. Makes me
Yeah.
curious who bought it.
Hey, like Magic cards sell for, I don't think they sell for 15 million bucks, but you know, they sell for a lot of bucks as well, like Pokemon cards, all kinds of goofy stuff. But
Oh, it looks like this is the one that Nicolas Cage got. It was stolen from him, and then he returned it for 2.2 million
okay,
in 2000. So that's a good appreciation.
I would say so. 2 to 15. Wow. We got
In 2024, a pristine 10 Alpha Black Lotus went for $3 million.
Wow.
What's
That's
crazy
great.
is I was one of the original playtesters for Magic.
Huh.
And as a reward, they gave myself and another guy just a set, of the black border, just first off the shelf things. Ended up selling those a while ago, long time ago, before they were really worth a lot.
I used to have a boss, and he had an employee at one point who gave him one of the printed, uncut, original sets of Magic cards. The guy became one of the artists for a lot of those cards, and he was really happy because my boss was an awesome boss, and as a gift, an appreciation, token of appreciation, he gave him that and had it framed and everything. He still has it, so we're all curious how much it's worth.
Yeah, I played Magic probably like less than 5 times in my life, because I played Spellfire, and I would and Ron loves to bust my chops about that. I was like, I loved Spellfire, TSR's answer to Magic, and
Do you have the Count of Mutant card?
is that your card, Ed?
That's my card.
Yeah, Ed was on a Spellfire card when he was featured on a Spellfire card when he was a TSR employee.
Very cool.
But
Nice.
yeah. So anyway, that's I still have them. All right. Any more questions for our guests this evening, folks in chat? If you want to ask a question, now's the time, or just let us know how you're feeling out there in chat. Let's see. I'm going to scroll back a little bit, see if I've missed any questions here. It happens later in the show where like the chat really. Let's see. Ed sharing the screen. There's Ed's card. There's Ed's Spellfire card. Look at that dashing young
Wow.
man there. Wow.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and that was I think that was a chase card, a relatively rare chase card.
Yes. Later on, we did a full set of picture cards, and I was going to be in that set, but I ran out of time. I was on deadline, so I couldn't hang around. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of running out of gas. So I got to get.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. I'll just answer one last question here. What's the current registration at? Well, let me take a look, and I can answer that question in short order, because we have been selling a pretty healthy bunch of badges here, and I actually
Just
haven't
kind of a
looked.
quick aside, I happen to just have these on a desk here.
All right. Yeah. Oh, is that the princess over there on the right? What's the one in your left hand? Can't really read it. No, the other one. Sorry.
Okay, so
I know what the Jim Ward one is.
it's funny. I'm drawing a blank here. It's the RPGA coordinator, Scott Douglas.
Oh, Scott's going to be at the show, but no, I mean, what's the name of the card?
Oh, Blackmail.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty funny. I just have these in my desk over there.
Yeah, it's interesting, guys, to talk about Spellfire, and you just pulled them out. You just pulled some out.
So
Yeah.
let me ask, where do we go for the best cheesesteak near King of Prussia? Someone recommended a place called Chubby's.
Where is that?
Well, I mean, that's near the convention.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I don't know if we want to get into this discussion. Like, we're. It's kind of hard. At the end of the day, we get very picky in the region of the world that we live in about cheesesteaks. You know, if you're not from the area, you don't eat a lot of cheesesteaks. You'll probably eat one and say, "Ah, that was really great." And those of us that eat them a lot say, "It's okay." So you probably can't go too wrong because you're kind of in the middle of it, right where we are. You'll get an okay one regardless of where you go.
There's a couple of places right near the convention center, in fact, where you can get a decent enough cheesesteak. But
you're right, and I'll fight Ron to the death on this one. The I feel, in my personal opinion, I think I'm right on this, is like the real quintessential Philadelphia sandwich is the roast pork sandwich. The roast pork.
For that, you want to go down to the Reading Market.
Yes, Reading Terminal Market. Yeah, that I feel is the true Philadelphia sandwich. We love our cheesesteak. I love cheesesteaks.
Anybody who has time and hasn't been there, the Reading Terminal Market is basically a gigantic local food court, essentially.
Yeah, that's right in Center City, Philly.
Really good food, and yeah, they have one of our guests, Bill Slavacek, will actually drive up specifically to go there to get the pork sandwich, and I believe he has actually ordered it on Goldbelly a few times, had it so we could have it delivered down here in Baltimore.
So it's kind of like Faneuil Hall in Boston.
Yes, but bigger.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. I used to live in Boston, so I know exactly what you mean, Jen.
Yeah.
I've been inside of Faneuil Hall many times. Reading Terminal Market is probably like 2 to 3 times the size of Faneuil Hall.
Wow. Yeah. And Faneuil Hall is huge.
Yeah, it's really big. It's like a city block. Reading Terminal Market's like a city block. The Knicks, yes.
That's it. Knicks is the name of the place.
The Knicks, yes, is the pork place in the Reading Terminal Market. Oh man, I'm getting hungry, and it's 10:30 at night. I have to go downstairs for a little snack before I go to bed. But let's see. There was a question, Wes. You asked what the current registration is at, folks, and it is sitting at 2,347.
That's amazing.
Yes, and so
a
lot of folks are buying single day badges, which is not a surprise. This is like what you see at this late stage in the game when people are coming in. Like I'm like backing up here and I'm like looking, like the last probably 30, 40 badges have been single day badges. But we still have people last minute. Somebody from Fort Worth, Texas bought a weekend badge like 2 or 3 days ago. So, I mean, welcome to Philly. We'll have you. Matt Archibald sounds like a commercial for PAX Unplugged. Man, you wait till I see you, pal. But yeah. All right. Well, we can wind it down. Thank you so much, Dean, and thank you so much, Ed, for joining us this evening.
Yeah.
I think it was a really nice, kind of calm conversation as we wait for the page tidal wave to hit the shores just a few short days from today. And I'm gearing up for it. We're all gearing up for it. Ed Laser will miss you. We wish you could be there with us, but there's always next year.
Look forward to it.
Yes. So we'll say good night to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, can I say one last thing?
Thanks for coming by.
Hey.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
All right. If you want to find out a little bit more about Matinee Adventures, you can go to our website at matineeadventures.com. There you go.
With the link, Phil can just stick it in our chat.
Yeah,
all right. There you go.
Yeah.
matineeadventures.com.
There you go. I think I spelled it right. Yes. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you. You don't have to stay on. You can hop off, and we'll leave ourselves out.
All right. Thanks
All
for
right.
having
Bye, buddy.
Thanks. Have a
Bye.
great night.
me. You too.
All right. Well, Steve Babel in the chat's asking what was the page 2 pre-registration. I'd have to go back and find it, but I can tell you it was a lot lower than what the number I just gave you.
I want to say you told me it was somewhere around 1,000 or 1,100 or something.
I'll give you the 2 years numbers. Page 1, the final badge total was 1140. Page 2, the final badge total was 1829, and we are at 2347.
I really
So
hope people bring money to spend in the exhibit room because we're got a ton of great exhibitors, and I want them
yes,
to be as happy as they were last year.
yes. So folks, hopefully you saved up a couple of your bucks from the Christmas season to spend in the vendor hall page, because there's going to be some fantastic vendors for you to engage with and interact with and take some of their products home. And so you want to go to the page website. You can hit the drop down to see the exhibitors list to try to start planning your shopping out, to take a look. Also, page merch is also available for purchase on the page website. So if you want to get con specific adventures and modules, if you want to get the limited edition handmade Philly cheesesteak plushie, there are a limited amount left. Why are you delaying?
Is it still open? When does online purchase stop?
That I do not know, but it's definitely still open.
So I know it's going to close down a little bit before the show.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It looks like you can still purchase pretty much everything. And I'm looking at some totals here. Some of the things that we have limited amounts of have definitely been selling recently. And folks, you want to get that? We've got t-shirts, we've got dice, we've got pins, we've got minis, we've got Philly cheesesteak minis. And you can even donate to the Gamer Systems program. We are a nonprofit, and that is the main beneficiary of our charity auction. And by the way, the charity auction this year will be world class. Just fantastic items up for you to take a look at and take home, and have all the delicious dollars go right into our Gamer Systems program. So, all right. Anything else for the good of the order that anybody wants to mention or talk about tonight?
Only that if you see me at page, just know that I won't be able to see your face very well. I can't, do the whole eye contact thing because I can't see. So if you don't be a stranger, come up and say hi, because I would love to meet you.
Yes. Oh, and yes, absolutely. One thing I did want to mention, Daniel Lawrence is in chat. He is one of the main folks that is involved in the auction. Anyone out there in the crowd, if you are planning on doing any type of online bidding, we will have that set up for you. You do need to register ahead of time. So if you're thinking about getting involved with the online auction, please do that. You want to make sure that you don't miss out. So fantastic. All right. Well, we will see each other in a few short days. Not only me and my co-hosts, but a lot of folks out in the chat. I know Daniel, we were roommates last year, and he's rip roaring ready to get on that plane and fly up from Mississippi and join us. And we're looking to have you. It's always so great to see everybody. And folks out there, thanks so much for joining us. We will see you soon, and I'm sure we're probably going to do like a wrap-up show or something like that when the convention's over. I don't think we're doing a show during the con because we'll all be super duper busy. But
there will be lots of streaming stuff. There will be lots of posts on YouTube. We have a whole what is it? A interview
Interview
booth area or
schedule.
something?
Interview booth. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, there'll be plenty of online stuff for Paige.
Yes. So, folks, it's going to be great. All right. Well, if we're all done, we're all done. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us this fine Friday evening, and we'll see all of you in just a few